My name is Connor Evan, and today I'm going to talk about 5 simple tips to create a clean layout and design for your Twitch channel. These tips will be especially helpful for new and beginning streamers, much like myself. And by the end of the video, I will show you some simple and free ideas to bring your channel some extra level of production quality. Okay, let's go. I do stream live on Twitch every Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, and also on Saturdays or Sundays. The link is in the description below. So I want to start off and set this clear. I am not a graphic designer, but it has been a passion and hobby of mine since I was in a metal band in college, and shoot, even in high school, where we had to figure out logo design, album art, and also in through architecture school. I understand a lot of graphic design software, but really it's just been self-taught, because in school they didn't teach it to us, so we just kind of had to learn ourselves. But the best way I can explain about any design project is to try and think about the information that you want to convey, and also try to think about the easiest and clearest way that you can relay that information. Now, most of my tips will have less to do with graphic design and more to do with just appearing professional. I bet you're like me and you're looking to take streaming serious and looking for ways to take it to that next level. So that leads me to my first tip. So for tip 1, I recommend you honestly take a week or 2 and just immerse yourself in other people's content. Streams, videos. I know it sounds obvious, like, hey, I'm already doing this already, but I want you to do it, but critically. Start to look at their layouts, look at the information they have on their overlay, even look at pop-ups. If they have pop-ups, what do they say? What are things you could do? This tip is critical and it never stops. Continue to watch your favorite content creators and just be critical and think about what they're doing and how you can incorporate that into your channel and be something more you. So my second tip is also pretty simple. And this is take the time and effort to complete your profile. You don't know how many channels I go into where people are like, follow me. And you want to find out information about them because they're offline, but their about section or their videos or even their schedule is empty on their Twitch channel. Take the time and effort every week to update your schedule real quick. You know when you're going to stream. If you don't, that's okay. But it'd be nice if you had a schedule for your people to stop in and see when you'll be live. And honestly, finish your About Me section. This can evolve over time. However, if streaming or content creation is something you take serious, I suggest that your channel isn't empty. You might have heard this already, but your growth, at least for me, it doesn't happen when I'm online. My growth happens when I'm offline and I link people to my Twitch channel. So if someone takes the time to stop by your channel, there should be information on there where they can find out about you, find out about when you're on live next, and yeah, there are plenty of blogs and posts about how to write information on your channel. So I suggest you do some research and think about how you can reincorporate that information onto your channel in your own way. And even a quick and simple way to have videos on your channel is to log in on a PC in your browser and go into your channel and activate archive previous broadcasts. Simple step, and all your previous broadcasts will be on your channel for 2 weeks if you're just starting out. That way if people come to your channel, they can at least watch a vid. And then once you do this, you can go into your previous broadcasts and take an extra 5 or 10 minutes and create clips or highlights so you can start to share those on your social media. So tip 3 is related to going live, and that is understand your audio. I know my setup isn't the best and it's not the most professional, but I work with what I have and I try to do my best. For this tip, I recommend that you test stream or record from OBS and take the time and actually watch that playback and see what's going on. Is my voice higher than the game, and go into OBS and set that. If you're just broadcasting from like PlayStation Network, you really don't have that opportunity. But you can try with your headset, move your mic further away. And if you are using PlayStation Broadcast, make sure your party chat members have the option checked in their voice sharing. That way it's not just you talking to nothing. And if you are using OBS or Streamlabs OBS, I recommend you start to understand and test your input volumes. If you have pop-up alerts or Spotify playing in the background, do some test streams, do some test recordings, start to make sure that volumes aren't too loud or your voice is being drowned out by background music, and honestly start to understand filters for your mic so you're not having like background noise. Also, if you do use Spotify on your channel, make sure you are using copyright-free playlists and copyright-free music. That way, if you did archive your previous broadcasts, you don't get muted. What'll happen, which I've done, I was listening to an artist that I didn't know was copyright free, and my VOD or my video on demand or my previous broadcast, when was watched back, half of it was muted because it had copyright music on it, and Twitch doesn't want a lawsuit, so they just mute your audio and have no risk. So I do recommend you use copyright-free music for Spotify, and I am building a playlist on Spotify called Stream Tunes, Lo-Fi Beats, and it's in the description below. I'll have a link in there. The fourth tip is a little bit more advanced, and it has to deal with alerts or labels. So these are items in your channel where when people interact with your channel, it gives an alert, or it gives a label for them so their name is active on your channel. So you might see, recent subscriber, top donator. Really just helps recognize your viewers and, show that they're involved with your channel. If you use OBS, you can have visual and pop-up alerts relatively easy through Streamlabs, linking a browser. I could do a tutorial on that if you'd like. And if you just broadcast straight from a console, Streamlabs also, if you integrate your Twitch channel, you can have a Twitch bot that, say someone follows in the Twitch, it'll say, hey, welcome for following, or welcome so-and-so, or have it say anything custom you want, like welcome to the community so-and-so. These are free tools by Streamlabs. The pop-up alerts, the chat bots, like you don't need to pay a cent, and you can just integrate that into your channel so it has some level of production. Also, if you're finding this information useful, please subscribe to the channel. And now for the last tip. The final tip is for those of you who use a camera. I feel this is a pretty obvious tip, but there's a lot of channels out there that just don't think about this. And my tip is camera placement. So if I'm a viewer and I'm going into someone's channel, I want to watch the gameplay, of course. I want to see them, but also if I'm a fan of that game, I want to be able to see their stats, like see their health bar, see their ammo bar. So make sure your camera isn't blocking any of those. And also I want to see how many kills they have or how many people are left in the lobby. So make sure your camera placement isn't covering up any of that information. Super simple, but I can't tell you how many channels just block all that information. And I think it's awesome when a streamer, of course, doesn't have their camera over those stats, and I could see that they're one shot, like their health is so low. So this next gun battle, like, you feel like you're part of the stream because, you watch them survive it and you could see that they're one shot, or see that they only have one magazine left. Like, these are really critical things, I feel like, as a viewer, that if your camera isn't hiding it, like, then they lose that interactive experience. And some other camera pointers I'd recommend is just understand your camera settings. Turn off, auto white balance, autofocus, so it's not constantly focusing every time you move, and make sure your room lighting's optimal. It's okay if you only have a light, maybe get a lamp and set it in front of you so you've got multi lights, and maybe make sure they're the same light bulb so you don't have different light values, and just try to make sure you're doing the best with what you got. So that sums it up. Good talk. So that sums it up. We had do your research, fill out your profile, check and test your audio, integrate alerts and labels in your camera and its placement and settings. And that's about it. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel, come by and visit me on Twitch, and we'll see you soon.